Hello guys, Flashlight Enthusiast here with another Thrunite review, this time the TC20. Alright, this is my second Thrunite light. The first one was the TN36 limited edition, which I was especially impressed by. If you haven't seen my review, I link it here in the corner. Let's check out this flashlight. First the box. Standard Thrunite with the logo and motto guiding you through the night. Very nice. Plain cardboard with some engravings. Obviously we've got the model and a picture of the flashlight itself here on the side, which is pretty standard from Thrunite. And here we've got the engraving, whether it's cool white or neutral white option. Obviously I chose the neutral white option because I like warmer tints. Thank you very much Thrunite for allowing the customer choice, whether it's cool white or neutral white, and offering the wide variety of flashlights on your website thrunite.com, which I purchased this light from the source. Obviously you cannot order it to Europe where I live, so I had to use some help and service for a special company that created me the address in US, and the Thrunite could send the flashlight to my US address and then I can send it back to Europe. But it was possible, so thank you guys for allowing me that. Apart from the flashlight inside, which will be packed in this quality plastic bag to protect the flashlight from scratches in the transportation, you will also get the USB to micro USB cable. Yes, this flashlight uses micro USB charging. Obviously it would be nice if it uses USB-C because it's 2020 guys, but micro USB it's also okay. We've got the manual, and it is, I believe, in 4 languages. That's a standard for Thrunite. So we've got the English, German, and 2 Asian languages. I believe it's English, sorry, not English, obviously, it's Chinese and Japanese, I believe, but I might be mistaken as long as I don't know these languages. But they included English version here, so that's nice. Apart from that, we've got also standard Thrunite customer letter, where they thank you for the purchase and wishing you all good luck with your flashlight. Nice. We also have some standard package, which is Thrunite branded lanyard, spare O-rings, spare button cap, and this you can have some spare USB port cover. Wow, all inclusive, I must say. And the bottom of the box we've got the holster for the flashlight. So we've got a really complete package here, especially that we also have the Thrunite branded cell inside the flashlight, so we have the ready to go set. And what about the holster? As you can see, it uses some stretching fabric here, so the flashlight will go right there. Right, the Velcro seems to be strong, and you have here, okay, so just the fixed loop without this Velcro attachment here and the D-ring. So it's pretty good quality, I have to say. The Velcro is strong and the flashlight sits pretty firmly due to the stretching fabric, so I wouldn't suspect any problems here. Alright, let's put it aside and see what we can tell you about the flashlight itself. Okay, so micro USB cable, obviously. It's a nice addition, especially that you have the cell included. Alright, so I would highly recommend unscrewing the battery tube from the head side, because from the tail side you've got some anodized threads that actually are not designed to be unscrewed. So when you want to either recharge your battery in the separate charger or change the battery, you just unscrew the head in this section. The O-ring gives you some resistance, so the water tightness is definitely good on this one, on this model. What you get is the 26650 battery with a high capacity of 5000 mAh. Obviously it's a Thrunite branded. What's inside under the wrapper, what cell says, I don't know, but it's a pretty good cell, because this flashlight in turbo mode draws over 8 amps, so this flashlight has to have like 10 amps at least. So it's definitely a high quality battery. Inside the battery tube we have some high quality double springs, as you can see here. Nice job, Thrunite. And here we've got some glued pressed fit drivers, so I wouldn't show you what's inside because I couldn't unscrew it, alright? But what I have to tell you is that waterproofness of this cover is crucial, because actually I can see some driver components between this port and aluminium walls. So this is my opinion, of course, but probably if you like put water inside this one, it won't work anymore. So be sure to check the cover before you immerse the flashlight into the water. The cover should protect the flashlight just fine, but just be sure that it sits in place, right? Let's assemble the flashlight. The threads are well greased and high quality, and as I said, the waterproofness won't be an issue here, because O-rings gives you nice resistance. Alright, switch appears to be metal, or at least the edges of the switch, and here the cover seems to be either metal or hard plastic, and we've got some rubber thing protruding here in the center, which is obviously the plastic or rubber, I should say rubber cover for the LED indicator, which will turn either blue or red or purple. Purple? Yeah, purple. Purple will indicate when your charging has some problems. So when you insert the USB here and you either don't have the battery inside or there's some connection problems, it will actually turn purple. But in normal operation you will get either blue when the battery is sufficient, and red and flashing red when the battery is either depleted or in critical state. Alright? Let's look on the LED itself. As you can see, the anti-reflective coating is a bit purple, which is very nice. But here, let's show you a bit better. Alright, so we've got this beautiful Cree XHP70 neutral white here, and we've got orange peel reflector, which is reasonably deep but not so crazy deep. So you will have like standard beam profile with fairly big hot spot and bright spill expected from the such big LED. And obviously you will get some tint shift because of the dome on the LED, which is obviously expected. The UI on this one is pretty straightforward, nothing fancy here. So you simply press the side switch and hold it to enter the moonlight mode, which is half a lumen for 37 days. Then you can hold the switch to enter low, which is 38 lumens for 46 hours. Then hold again to medium, 320 lumens for 10.2 hours. Hold again, go to high, which is 1800 lumens for 145 minutes. And obviously you can go to turbo, which is 3800 lumens for 130 minutes. And don't make me wrong, don't get me wrong guys, but the Thrunite actually forgot to mention the step down here. As you can see on the chart, this flashlight will step down after about 3 minutes, and it will stabilize at about 1300 lumens when went from turbo. But if you actually go only from high without any turbo, it will, in reasonable temperature like 20 degrees, it should sustain 1800 lumens, because the driver on this Thrunite is again excellent, and it will boost the current to sustain the maximum brightness. But unlike the TN36 limited edition, this flashlight does not have thermal protection set as high as 80 degrees. It has like 55 degrees or so, although it does not say anything about this in the manual. But during the test I measured maximum of 47 or 48 degrees at the 1300 lumen level, so I suspect and at a high level of 1800 lumens it will rise to probably up to 60 degrees, no more. Right, so it's very nice flashlight, as you can see. Right, so battery indicator is well displayed in the manual, so between 100 and 21% it will be blue, between 11 and 20% it will be solid red, between 1 and 10% it will be flashing red, and obviously when the power capacity is 0% it will be off, and it's the voltage of 2.8 volts. In my experience it never goes lower than 2.86 volts, I believe, because the flashlight will shut off automatically, obviously because of the boost driver Thrunite. Thanks for that. This flashlight can actually, if you reset the contact, you lose a little bit, and then reset your contact, you can actually, even with such low voltage of 2.86 volts, you can easily turn on the turbo mode without any problem. But it obviously will be for a couple of seconds before it steps down and announce you with this blinking red that you should probably consider changing your battery or plugging your micro USB cable and recharge it. Speaking of recharging, Thrunite claims 2 amps charging current. In my experience, actually I tested it with my kit, and I didn't get 2 amps. I did a little bit over 1.5 amps on a charging, but it was very stable until the battery was full. So I don't know if it's just my charger that couldn't support 2 amps, or I don't know what's the reason, but I'm pretty satisfied with this charging current. 1.5 amps, pretty sufficient for me. As for beam profile, so as you can see here, it is slightly greenish, unfortunately, but it is expected from Creex HP70 single emitter in such reflector. We have quite big hot spot with very bright spill, so it's a pretty standard beam profile from one LED and one single reflector. nothing surprising here. So obviously you've got crazy bright turbo mode, pretty straightforward interface with 3 main modes in the loop, and then you've got this moonlight mode with some crazy amount of runtime. Alright guys, let's go to the forest and show you how it works in nature. Right, now with the Thrunite TC20, you can see the blue indicator. This is low, medium, high. So as you can see, we've had a pretty big hotspot here, lighting up the whole road, and a pretty bright spill as expected for the XHP70. So let's bump it up to turbo. Not a huge bump, especially because the light turns off just for a little bit, so your eyes actually cannot see the difference as much as it would be simply increasing the turbo without turning off. But what you cannot see on the recording is the greenish tint of the hotspot. I can definitely see it here on the trees, but on the screen it appears pretty good. So definitely color rendering here is worse than any other flashlight that I have here today. For example, this Rod SST20 here. But for a flashlight this size, the power is insane, and still holds the brightness, and I cannot feel the heat. It will hold the turbo for about 3 minutes, but it's not the timer set, it's temperature set, so when it's more chilly weather, it will hold the heat pretty better, and the step down will occur later on. Definitely an amazing flashlight, especially in this form factor. Very compact and very powerful from Thrunite. I'm really impressed with this one. And this is low moonlight, just for the case. Alright, let's sum it up. As you may probably know, the TC series of Thrunite is more like a budget side than the TN series, but I have no reservations about the quality of this flashlight. I really don't. Obviously, what I would like to see is maybe some better tint, but you know, as a tint snob, I really cannot have the excellent tint in all my flashlights. I'm very happy with this one because of the driver, the boosting current, and that actually can stabilize 1800 lumens in such a small package. The main competitor of this flashlight will probably some Olight R50 Pro with also Cree XHP 70.2 but 3200 lumens. This one is 3800, and the stabilization for me personally is a win-win. And obviously the choice for neutral white is also a big advantage for Thrunite, but it is for me. Obviously design wise maybe Olight looks better, but I don't care as long as the driver is better here. Well guys, I'm really pleased with this flashlight, and I can highly recommend it. If you would consider any Thrunite flashlight, the time I'm recording this video is November 2020, up to 23rd of December 2020 they have a huge discount code on their website thrunite.com, which is 20% for all of their products. So if you'd like to purchase one of their flashlights, it is probably the best moment to do that, just until Christmas. Simply put out the code 2020 in your shopping cart, and it will apply the discount of 20%. So guys, first, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the review, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment what you think about this flashlight and the review. And as always, stay tuned guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.